Good morning, this is TCR, TroyCommunityRadio.com and Troy TV5. I'm Clint Myers with the Mayor's Report, and I'm joined with Mayor Mike Beamish. Good morning.
Good morning, Clint. As always, it's a great day in Troy, Ohio, USA.
For sure. We had quite an active weekend last weekend. Lots of things going on. Lots of things this weekend, too.
Well, obviously, I was very pleased with the past weekend. We started on Saturday with the Festival of Nations. A big shout-out goes to Brock and Layla Heath, the co-chairs this year of the Festival of Nations, but they had an outstanding committee. Everybody did their job. We had 21 countries represented in the city of Troy. Had a little rain, but it didn't keep people away.
Yeah, it really didn't keep people away, and the food was delicious.
It was, and it covered all the countries. Displays, educational displays, as well as the customs and the dance. Our entertainment was wonderful, and so that was a wonderful start for the weekend. And then we finished up with the Troy Mayor's Concert, and Dave Pinkerton and his committee, that also includes President Marty Baker on that committee. They did an outstanding job. We had to move it into the Hobart Arena. Had a little mechanical failure with our showmobile, plus the weather. The forecast called for us to move into Hobart Arena, but I want to tell you, Mike Caldwell does sound, and the Dayton Philharmonic Band and chorus that was here commented on how beautiful the sound was, and it was well attended. We had a great time. John Sloniker, local band director, did a marvelous job. We had a soloist, and they even let the mayor actually conduct.
I was going to say, you had your chance to get up and conduct.
I always enjoy that, and it's a privilege and honor to represent all the mayors past and current around Miami County. Mayor Pete Jenkins was there as well, so we got a chance to. The idea behind it was to honor all the mayors that have been a part of the city of Troy. We've extended that throughout Miami County to honor all those elected officials who give their time and talent to serve and try to make their communities a better place. And so the Mayor's Concerts has become an annual event, and hope continues for many more years.
All right. Now, something else big took place this week. You yourself, as an educator for years here in Troy, it's back to school time.
Seems like, well, it has been decades that I was involved in the Troy school system. Still have a great partnership with the Troy school system. But yes, the youngins are back in school now. And there's been some changes over the summer. Obviously, we have to be very cautious as the youngsters are all enthusiastic about getting back, meeting their teachers, their friends, and their school. And so we as drivers need to be very cautious and observant as the kiddos cross streets. So I first of all ask everybody to be cognizant of the fact that the school is back in session. A couple places have had some changes. The Troy Junior High now has a new entryway into their school and an exit pattern with their school, and I think it's going to be good for the people coming in and leaving and dropping off students and buses as well.
We'll ease up some of the congestion in and out, everything going one direction.
But it is a change, and people will need time to get used to that change, but I think it'll be a very positive change for the Troy Junior High. Also at Haywood School on McKeag, they have a new way of drop-off for students and coming up and dropping off their youngsters and then exiting out the back of their parking lot. So that will take some time, so that our people dropping off youngsters will need to know the new traffic pattern. And for all of us who are maybe going down McKeag, to be very careful and cautious as people adjust to a new traffic pattern. But those are two changes in the school system. Again, just wish everybody a very great school year, the students, the parents, the teachers, administration of the Troy City Schools, and Troy Christian Schools, St. Patrick. We have a lot of parochial schools, and we're all in the same ballgame, and that is to educate youngsters to be the most productive citizens that they can be down the road.
Plus, I'll add in, we had a little fog over this past week. So with the fog early in the morning and the buses back out on the roadways, even extra precaution.
Thanks, Clint. It's a good point. And, observing bus safety rules too. When the buses stop, we need to stop with them and let those youngsters make sure they see that they're across the street as they head into their schools as well.
All right. Now, council was Monday night.
Yes, it was a shorter meeting than many of our meetings have been. We did have 3 ordinances on the books. One was to, amend and adjust the fee schedule that included parking fees and ordinances that are related to 2-hour parking. But the biggest part of that piece was considering a parking kiosk in the reconstructed South Cherry Street parking lot. It'll be a test for kiosks. I know the other communities, especially in big cities, use kiosks. We're thinking that might be a positive thing for all of us. So that did pass, and so that'll move on. That was the first ordinance. The second ordinance there was a motion to suspend the rules, and that motion failed. It'll move to a third reading, and that's dealing with the whole riverfront development project. It does seem like a lot of money, but it is bonded out money. It's sort of like when you buy your home, you stretch the payments out over 25 years. That's what this bonding market will do. I should say that our city auditor, he has a comfort level with the project amount and with our bond ability. We have one of the highest bond ratings, so it allows us to have to use money at a low interest rate, and we can stretch it out over a number of years. And he's particularly interested, if we're going to do a project with this scope, that we do it now, and I agree with him. For a couple of reasons. One, it helps with the quality of life of our citizens, and we always are looking for things that all families and all ages could participate in. Riverfront development, the research is out there that says if you have a river and you develop it, it's a good thing. And so quality of life, but also has an economic impact too, as we try to bring skilled workforce into our community to handle the jobs of the future. So it has an economic impact, not only for big business, but the small businesses, which are our backbone, especially in the downtown area. So we're going to move to a third reading on that. So in the September meeting of City Council, they may move forward with that project. The third project, or the ordinance that we dealt with, was a temporary signed ordinance agreement. Basically, this was on the size of a sign. Current provisions limit the size to 24 square feet, and many times it's difficult to read if you're from the setback distance. Right. And so this is now going to not exceed 48 square feet if the building on which the sign is affixed to the building in the setback would be at least 150 feet or so. You can see it. So council passed that ordinance. So we had one that moved to a third reading, the other 2 moved forward and were passed by Troy City Council. I had the opportunity to present a proclamation at that meeting. There were 3 individuals from Feed, Ohio, which were present at the council meeting, and I made a proclamation to support Feed, Ohio. Mr. Sato is the regional representative of Feed, Ohio, and they had a local representative in Shelley Huntington, and also Dick Steineman, who we all know from the Hobart Community Kitchen. He was present. Basically, it's to support the food banks that we offer. Troy's been very blessed to have food pantries and soup kitchens for many years. Our United Way has many agencies that serve the underprivileged, underserved in our community, so we cover all the bases, making sure our citizens feel that they're respected. And this was an opportunity for me to support that. The proclamation is a statewide proclamation for August 23rd through September 13th, and so I presented that as part of our council. And also had the opportunity to, again, thank our Festival of Nations Committee and our Mayor's Concert Committee for the wonderful job that they have done. That was pretty much it.
Yeah, they did do such a great job with the Festival of Nations. I like all the colors, and as you said, the dance and the costumes, and then to be able to try all the food. I saw you out making your way, and you got to sample the cuisine at each one of the countries.
It was a tough job, and I mean tough job, but somebody had to do it, and we're going to probably, from that, realize that we've got to come up with some new categories, because the foods now of all the countries, each one has their own style, flavor, but it is a wonderful opportunity to come together as one. And thank you for Troy Community Radio and Public Access, and for being a part of the Festival of Nations and showcasing our community in that respect.
Well, it's getting the information out. That way people know where they need to be when it's going on.
It's just something that I'm very proud to be a small part of that.
All right. Anything you'd like to wrap up with this week?
Well, this Sunday, of course, the Air Force Band of Flight comes to Troy. It will be down at Proudly Plaza, weather permitting, and we'll be having a special Air Force band of 15 members that come. They downsized the Air Force Band of Flight, but I'll tell you, they didn't downsize the sound.
I was going to say it's pretty powerful.
I've heard it's powerful. I encourage everybody to show their patriotism, to come down to Proudly Plaza. It'll be 7 o'clock on Sunday, obviously August the 24th, and I'm sure it'll be a high energy. They have vocals, brass. I mean, it's just a wonderful opportunity to show our patriotism for their service, but also they entertain us with a high energy sound, and I hope everybody will come out to see United States Air Force Band of Flight. And then the following Sunday, our own Troy Community Civic Band will be putting on a performance down on Proudly Plaza, and that will be at 7 o'clock as well. So we continue to have great entertainment, different variety of music.
That's a good way to describe the entertainment on Proudly Plaza when you have it in. There is a wide variety, and it's all good.
It is all good, and something that I think shows the partnership that this city is all about. You know, different people sponsor those events, and certainly the city of Troy is always a sponsor, an in-kind sponsor. We make things happen, but there's partners like the Troy Foundation, the Hainer Cultural Center, the Troy Main Street, the Chamber of Commerce, all working together to provide for our citizens free entertainment and wonderful entertainment.
Well, you say provide for our citizens, and it's also that care for our citizens that they would provide.
That's right.
That quality entertainment, and you can have the best seat in the house for the show. All you have to do is bring your favorite lawn chair from home, and you can place it in downtown Troy and watch the show. You've got the best seat.
That is absolutely correct, Clint, and everybody find their favorite chair, come down, sit back, and enjoy.
All right. Thank you so much, Mayor. This has been the Mayor's Report with Mayor Michael Beamish. For David Denoyer at Troy's TV5, I'm Clint Myers on TroyCommunityRadio.com.